Hello there BSC families, and welcome to the fall 2020 training at the BURLINGAMER futsal facility. The purpose of this video is to show you how we will handle the drop-off and pick-up of the players at the BURLINGAMER, as well as to show you the inside layout of the training spaces, since the parents will not be allowed inside the facility. So here we are at 1864 Rollins Road in Burlingame, in front of the BURLINGAMER facility. We're in front of the front door. All the teams that are assigned to be practicing on court 1, which is the court closer to the front door, will be entering and exiting through the front door. The drop-off will take place right here. The parents will be pulling in with their cars into the curb, dropping off the player. All this will be blocked off. There will be no parking inside here. Coach will be here to greet the player, and there will be a staging area for the players right here where they are waiting for their teammates to arrive. Once everybody's here, coach will lead the way into the facility. Here we are at the back door of the BURLINGAMER. Court 2, the one closer to the back door. All the teams assigned to practice on court 2 will be dropped off and picked up at the same spot. We see Rollins Road out there. All the parents will be pulling in this way, dropping off their players right here and picking up the players after the session at the same spot. Coach will be here to greet the players and stage them, again in a safe area, 6 feet apart from each player. Once everybody's here, coach will lead the way into the facility. At the door, there will be a mat topped with the disinfectant where the players will rub their shoes, the bottom of their shoes. There will be a hand sanitizer right here. Coach will go behind the desk and will be checking players' temperature using the non-contact infrared thermometers. One by one, the players will be directed to the staging area inside, which will look exactly like the one outside, where each player will stand in their own designated area and wait for the rest of the team. Once everybody's here, the coach will read the questionnaire out loud and ask the players that if they have any symptoms indicated in the questionnaire, to step to the designated area to their side, and coach is to call the players' parents or guardians immediately so they can pick up the player. Once the check-in is done, coach will assign a box to each player. Each box is 10 by 10 feet. There are 20 boxes on court 1 and 20 boxes on court 2. Net will be always up, separating the two courts. Side windows, the door, windows on the back, door on the back, another side window all the way in the back and to the right will always be open. Players will be walking to their training boxes through the buffer spaces into their box, not through other players' boxes. All the boxes are 6 feet apart, which means that the players will always be 11 feet apart from each other. Each player should bring a small bag with 3 items: water bottle, hand sanitizer, and extra face masks. This small bag will be placed right outside their training box. If the coach decides to use the cones on a particular day, the cones will be ready for the players when they're arriving to the staging area, so that each player can pick up their own cones and bring them to their own training box at the beginning of the session. These cones will be already disinfected prior to the session. After the session is done, players will pick up their own cones and bring them to the wall right here, where we will have a bucket with a disinfectant. They will be dropping off those cones inside so they can get disinfected. Players will not be bringing their own balls. The club will provide the balls for all the trainings. All the balls will be disinfected in between the sessions. Once the session is done, the coach will coordinate the movement from the training boxes back to the staging area. Each court will be disinfected in between the sessions. Sessions are 1 hour long, and there's a 30-minute gap between each session to allow for thorough sanitization of the court. Back to the staging area. All the players that are leaving will be staged right here, waiting for their parents to pick them up right here. So for court 1 pickup, parents will have to turn right before the Burlingamer, go around the Burlingamer and come this way to pick up their players. The teams assigned to practice on court 2 will be dropped off and picked up at the same spot.